So this is a door panel removal on a 2017 Nissan Envy 2500 cargo van. So what is going on with mine is my door actuator quit working, and so I can no longer unlock and lock my door with the power door locks or with the remote. So to get this job started, you're basically going to remove this little trim panel right here. It just snaps on right here. You will remove this panel with your switches on it. It lifts up, you pull up on this end, and it'll unsnap, and then you just disconnect the wiring harness from behind it. And then this panel right behind your door handle, you'll pry from the lock side, and it will release, and you'll pry that off. From there, you'll expose a bolt here, and a bolt here. Those are 10mm bolts. You'll go ahead and remove them. With those bolts removed, you'll unsnap your door panel. It's easiest to start from the bottom and work your way up, and then it hangs in this top window channel. There, it'll snap. You can see it'll snap right here, a little clip. This works best if you have a door puller. I just used a flathead screwdriver. When you drop this panel, it will still be connected to the door by the cables on the door handle release. Once you have your door panel off, you'll see the 3 screws that hold the door handle and locking mechanism in place. So once you have your door panel off, you'll see the clips that go around the perimeter of the door panel. I did break a few of these whenever I took the door panel off the first time. You can order them on Amazon. You can order a box set of them with all the different connectors in them. So this is what you see on your driver's side door whenever you take the panel off. This will be free hanging. You'll pull this plastic cover back so you have access to this side of the door. There are 2 bolts that will have washers on them. I just put these there to hold them in place. They have washers on, they're 10mm. You'll take those 2 off. That holds the door track or the window track in place. Then you'll come along to this side and you'll take these 3 screws out. They are T30s. So now that you are inside the door, you'll see your window track there. Since it's unbolted, you just pull that down and it will slide off. So this is what the window track looks like when it's out of the vehicle. This is where it latches on. The top of this is where it latches onto the existing window track. You'll just need to make sure that lines back up whenever you put it back on. These are the 2 bolts attached to the front of the door. Now as we look up in there, you'll see on top of the locking mechanism, there's a little rod that comes down from the key mortise on the other side of this door. So that little clip it latches onto the rod, so you'll unsnap it from the rod and spin it back, and the little rod will slide out of the slot. So this is the window actuator. This is the little clip that I'm telling you about. This has a little rod that slides in the top hole, and it will slip into that little slot in the back. So you just spin this back as you unclip it, and the rod will pull out this way. So then you'll work to unclip these from the door handle. Oops, it just fell off. They're pretty easy to just slide in there. You'll unclip this right here, and that will free it up from everything except the door handle itself, which is up in there. So to get that free, we're going to come around here and we're going to pull this little tab out right here. You just take that little cover off. With your T30 driver, you'll look in this little hole there and you'll see the screw that you need to take out, and it won't come all the way out. It will just loosen up in there. So with that screw loosened up, you'll pull your little locking mechanism out. There's a little rod that snaps into that yellow connector. You'll then remove your door handle, which is not real fun. It pulls. You actually have to remove this little clip first. There's one on both sides, so you'll disconnect this one first. And it's just a flimsy little plastic retainer clip. With that little retainer clip free, You're gonna push your door handle towards the back, and it'll unsnap, and it'll swing all the way out so you can remove it. Now you remove the retainer clip on this side. With that free, you'll just reach up inside here and you remove the door lock mechanism. So then you can unplug your door lock mechanism and you're totally free. So now that we have the door handle hardware out, this is the small screw that you don't unscrew it all the way, it just kind of stays loose in there. That's what holds that lock chamber in there whenever we take out the little cover so you can see that. And then this is the new lock mechanism, and we just verify that it's identical to the old one. And then you'll just reconnect your lines onto the new hardware. So now we put everything back together again. It's just the opposite of installation. A little mechanism here, you're going to want to put it in there. You'll put it in to the side and then push it forward, and it will lock in. You'll see these are locked in place, and then you reinstall the clips. Tighten the screw back in there with your T30. At this point in time, I just always check to make sure that it's operating smoothly, just to make sure nothing is over tightened or under tightened. So one of the most difficult parts of this whole job is to get this little pin, has to slide in that hole, and then this little part here snaps around the rod. So the rod is shaped like an L. Pushes in there, and this snaps up around it. When you're working on the door, you cannot see this. You have to do it kind of blindly, just by feel. These parts are plastic, so you got to be gentle and patient. So I have everything reconnected inside the door from this point. I did not let this hang loose, that mechanism hang loose in there. I went ahead and supported it, and then put these 3 screws back in. And then you just want to check with your key to make sure that it is all smooth operating, that there's not a lot of issues with it. It should operate smoothly with no hang up. Now that that's installed, you'll reinstall the window track, and basically you'll see that will slide. You can look up in there, you can see it. You just want to connect that to make sure that it all lines up, and then you'll put the 2 bolts in it. So when your window track is properly aligned, this bolt and this bolt will go in without a problem. It should all line up how it was before you took it off. Make sure you snap this cable for your key lock back into the little holder behind it. Connect your cables back into your door handle. You have 3 Phillips screws that hold your door handle to the back of your door panel. So then you rehang your door panel. You want to set it in the top window trim first, and then work your way down, and you'll snap it in succession all the way down on both sides. Once you get that done, go ahead, plug in your switches, and then just make sure that you are working. Panel's back in place. You have 3 bolts that need to go back in and then reattach to the trim pieces. This one, when you put this one in, you have to put the front in first and then snap the back down. Replace your little cover here as well. Just pushes in. And now we have our power locks that work.